Welcome to this video on my two favorite subjects, manufacturing and money. Let's enjoy the topics and start the presentation now. I am frequently asked, what is my secret on taking over 100 companies to double-digit inventory turnover? Actually, it's a little over 140 at this time, but it is not a secret. The answer is flow manufacturing and pull production. When we do flow manufacturing, we stop the outdated scheduling of batch manufacturing. That is going to be the focus of this series of videos. We're going to discuss two different manufacturing methodologies. I will introduce you to flow manufacturing and the demand-driven company. We will start with the overall business strategy and then move on to the transition from batch scheduling to flow and pull production. From there, it's on to the demand-driven company with part per million in process quality, double-digit inventory turnover, and the path to zero working capital and market leadership. Put on your president of the company hat and let's look at manufacturing from a big picture. We use trends, history, and best guesses to forecast the products that we believe the customers will order. Based upon those forecasted product mixes and volumes, manufacturing will buy material from suppliers, plan and schedule work into production. Occasionally, sales will miss a forecast, surprise. So to make sure the customer orders are satisfied, the company will carry some finished goods. This way, the customer is not waiting the entire manufacturing lead time to get their actual order satisfied. The longer the manufacturing lead time, the greater the likelihood of using a forecast as opposed to actual customer demand to drive the production process. Strategically, inventory is most flexible and least expensive at raw material stage. It is most expensive and least flexible as finished goods. Driving manufacturing in the direction of demand is strategically very, very important. Let's understand the techniques under the batch scheduling methodology that make up the manufacturing lead times. We have the days that it takes to plan, release, and schedule, plus the days where work is in work center queues, waiting to be worked on by people or machines. This lead time, plus the actual work content time, where a product is physically in a machine or in front of a worker producing the unit, is the production lead time. We measure lead time both in the customer quoted lead time as well as the production lead time in terms of days and days into weeks. However, we measure the production work content time in hours, minutes, and seconds. If we could eliminate scheduling and queue time, and if we could chain the work content together, we could get a product through production in work content time, minutes and hours, instead of days and weeks. Strategically, that is precisely what happens in flow production and DFT. We eliminate the scheduling push methodology, which eliminates the lead time days and leaves us with the work content, minutes, and hours. We will chain the work together and balance the operations into a flow and pull process. Many times we are blaming sales and marketing for lucky and lousy forecasts when the real problem is the production lead time. It is unnecessarily long because of the scheduling methodology. Now let's look a bit deeper into flow and pull production and getting rid of that scheduling lead time monster. With DFT tools, we will tie the production work content together into a flow process. Takt time calculations are used to design and balance each process into its corresponding takt time target. Total quality is defined into a sequence of events, and part per million in process quality, ppm, is designed into all operations. To support the demand flow line design, the next step is the design of the Kanban material pull techniques. Material is pulled into production as it is consumed. The pull techniques are implemented internally and eventually expanded back to our suppliers. We never start with our suppliers. Internally, and then the suppliers become an extension of our internal pull process. Since we have chained the production work together, our products are now pulled through manufacturing in work content hours instead of lead time days. The corresponding in-process inventory drops. The inventory turns increase. DFT is not an inventory reduction program. It is a technology that requires less inventory to support it. Strategically, the financial benefits of higher inventory turns plus the cost to carry savings create additional profit and productivity. These are just byproducts of the demand pull and flow methodology. Powerful benefits, but byproducts of demand flow manufacturing. There are two fundamental foundations under the manufacturing enterprise. One is scheduling and push production with lead time control, tracking, and external quality methodologies. Typically, this batch scheduling results in poor response, AQL quality, and low inventory turns. The other methodology is flow manufacturing with pull production, pull material systems, and part per million quality designed into production steps. ppm, in-process quality, is the fundamental DFT foundation of your flow process. A critical part of any flow manufacturing design. The two methodologies, flow and pull production versus batch scheduling and push production, will never evolve from one to another. Unfortunately, we see the philosophical, agile, waste elimination, black belt, lean observers that try to create something that looks like an unbalanced flow process and then continue to schedule batches of their subassemblies and fabricated parts. They try to go from weekly schedules to daily schedules, which increases overhead and computer transactions, and at the same time, their single-digit inventory turnover and customer response times barely improve. We are not trying to get better at scheduling with advanced scheduling or demand scheduling. We will eliminate all push production scheduling. We are not trying to eliminate waste to improve an outdated push methodology with 3-week lead times to do 30 minutes of work content. Flow methodologies will get our total quality product through manufacturing in 30 minutes or less. This is an initial target in achieving our demand-driven, competitive goal of increasing productivity, perfecting in process quality, and doubling the inventory turnover. In the next session, we're going to take a step deeper into the flow technology techniques and tools to design the tach-driven flow and pull production process. See you then.